What just?
Hey.
Can we please gather ourselves?
Welcome back to another episode of Neighborhood Conversations. Today we have somebody very special, somebody different from, I say, the rest of the artists because of the genre that he does. So without further ado, please welcome with us the one and only Gyasi Clarke.
Yes, sir.
To begin, I'd say that's the beauty of doing interviews. The fact that we can speak to people and they speak back to us, and we both, it's always a double-sided interview. You know what I mean? I'm interviewing you, Terry's interviewing you, but at the same time you're interviewing both of us.
Yeah.
So that's what makes these enjoyable as well. Getting to know the next person and getting to know yourself too. Knowing the next person.
Yeah, man.
Gyasi. Curious. Is it Gyasi or is it Gyasi?
So it's Gyasi.
Gyasi.
So, I mean, it's a long story because my name is...
Is that Swahili?
yeah. So, yeah, my name originally is Swahili. In Swahili, they pronounce it Gyasi. But
Gyasi.
growing up, I'm just used to Gyasi.
That's like the Crucian way of saying that you would say.
Yeah. So it's like David and David in Spanish, like different pronunciations.
So you don't really be studying it too much.
No, I mean, if a car come and call me something, let me get out the way.
Yeah.
So, but Gyasi, I'm used to more.
Okay.
What do you call your genre?
That's a good question because I usually tell people it's vibes. That's just the name I give it. But really, I feel it's like a blend between reggae and R&B. That's like the best I could. Yeah. Like a blend between reggae and R&B.
But at least on Apple Music, though, you don't really have much of like your own like original music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you produce or write your own music?
So I do write, I do produce. I do have a body of work that I've been working on for some time, and I really hope 2021 gonna bless me with the opportunity to put it out. I just had like a heap of speed bumps I've been going over. But yeah, that's the goal to I've kind of for the past few years been singing cover songs.
Yeah.
Just to get myself out there and whatnot. And
Yeah.
now is the time for me to really push out my original.
Your own creativity.
One and only Gyasi.
You do have one song though that's a major hit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Caribbean Strong. Yes, yeah, but that was the anthem back in 2017 after the hurricanes. You know what song I'm talking about? Yeah.
I shall link you for the backup.
That was before I even knew like your name and everything, your story and whatnot. I was like, wow, this is somebody from here right this year.
Yeah, it was crazy because after the hurricane they had that Mercy cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Everybody
yeah.
going to Florida.
Yeah. So I was blessed enough to be on the first page of that list.
So you went.
I didn't go. The only reason I didn't go is because that song wasn't finished.
Wow.
If that song was finished, I was out of here.
Yeah.
But no, so I stayed behind. I dropped my mother and my grandmother off because they went on the Mercy cruise, and as they went in, I just kind of stuck around and just watched, like people watch. I saw like the military walking around like the AK-47s passing out water. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was a weird thing, and I seen people like they're actually emotion. So all of that kind of I took with me and put it into the song.
How did that make you feel, like knowing you kind of like sacrificed the chance to be in a better living situation during that time just to finish a song? Some people think that's like ridiculous,
Yeah, because I mean, if you have seen any of the Instagram stories or videos from the cruise, that cruise that looked lit. Like I'm gonna even like I was like, wait, I really stayed behind for this, but because we had no power and like ice. The price of ice was just
crazy.
Yeah. So
How much was ice?
it was like $3 to $5,
for one bag.
and it was melting. I had to check it out.
Yeah.
It was the coolest.
Wow.
But yeah.
Ice, wow.
I mean, it was a good feeling because the amount of people that reached out to me after I released the song, like people would be like, yeah, man, I was like cleaning my house, mopping water, and like your song was just giving me the strength to. So it was really touching. It was really touching. I've had people like give me a hug and like actually cried, telling me how much they love the song. So really, it's a really different experience.
Is there any other aspirations inside of you just besides music?
So I mean, one thing with me that I've always I'm really like an observer person. I mean, he's a Scorpio himself, so you should know.
Yeah, for sure.
So I always like pay attention to like vibes and different people's vibes, and what really brought me to music is no matter the language, you could tell if a song is a happy song or a sad song.
Oh yeah.
So with my music, I always want to uplift people.
It hints that music is more than we just make it seem. Because it don't matter. You don't even have to understand the words.
Definitely.
And you would feel this thing, and you jump in, and you just feel like you feel the energy from it every time.
Definitely. Like we listen to what's his name, Burna Boy.
Yeah,
I don't know
Burna
what
Boy
language
hit.
he speaks,
Yeah.
but you know it's just a great feeling.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
this one and Rima do. Rima to be hit here on a different level too. You know Rima?
Rima reggae.
African from 20 years old from Nigeria. He got a song called Do Maybe.
I'd have to hear it.
Maybe.
Hit the run that song for this one.
I know.
I want it.
That's not even English, though, you know what I mean? Oh, you don't realize that's not even English. Wow. Shout out to my boy Rima for sure. If you ever get to listen to this, yeah.
Oh, please, big shout out.
Yeah, my
That's a
Rima.
big tune for it.
Yeah,
I've met somebody from they told, I can't remember what part of Africa they were from, and I was asking them like, what's Burna Boy to really be saying? She's like, I don't know,
wow.
because you know in Africa they speak so much
Different
languages, so
languages,
it's,
See a different spot, dog.
exactly, so it's yeah, but yeah, same vibes. Like no matter the language, you can always tell if a song is good or bad.
Yeah, true, for sure.
Also, like, it's a lot like smoking weed in a sense.
Mm.
You can smoke with anybody. They don't even have to be speaking. It's Malachi. I tell us this one time. Remember when Malachi went to Santo Domingo or something? No. Belize. And he said that he smoked with some dude outside. They couldn't even communicate.
Yeah.
But it was just vibe still.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it is. Just like an acceptance of just a type of vibe and energy.
Yeah.
Make it seem like that is universal. You know, anybody, anything understands it.
Yeah, definitely. We all have the basic forms of communication to communicate with anybody that don't even speak your language.
Yeah. Look you up. You ever read the book The Alchemist?
Yes. What's crazy is who put me onto that book? I think it was Will Smith after an interview he did, and he was talking about how making something out of nothing. So I know like the real meaning of not alchemist, but what's the root?
Alchemy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alchemy.
Yeah, alchemy.
There you go.
Study.
Right?
Yeah.
So this whole book I read and I was like, I ain't doing nothing yet. It wasn't until I end the book and I started thinking about it. I was like, so he did it with the sheeps. He did it with the little coffee shop, tea shop. And then it started to make sense. But yeah.
I never even think of it.
That's one of my favorite books. That's one of my favorite
You're
books.
not
Yeah.
If I can recall correctly,
Mhm.
you came down here for the States just to like follow your passion of doing music, right?
Yeah, so in late 2016, I was, so in 2009, I went to the States to pursue college, like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And started off in Tallahassee Community College in Tallahassee. Did a few years there, then I transitioned down to Barry University in Miami. And I had, I think, 2 years left. And during those 2 years, I got a job as a wire technician at AT&T.
Here.
In Miami. In Miami. So doing that job for about 3 years, and I was able to graduate. It was a crazy time because I was a full-time employee and a full-time student. So I had no life. I had no life at all. Like, people be talking about movies, I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, doing that job, I did not like it at all. Like, it wasn't doing nothing for me spiritually, mentally. Like, I would go home depressed, actually having nightmares about the job, and then still having to wake up and then go to the job and then be vexed when I reach because it ain't buttoned up yet. But
I gotta break down, bro. Every morning.
yeah. So I mean, one thing that got me through was music. Really, a big album for me during that time was Desiree's "Ease the Pain." "Ease the Pain" was what got me through. Yeah. And music has always really been my passion since I went to college, and you know, when you get to move off the island, you kind of have to spend a lot of time with yourself. So you get to see what you really like. So I quit my job, moved back home to pursue this, and it's been going well so far. Yeah, still alive.
Yeah, is this like, would you say it's paying you in full?
In 2018 and 19, yes. 2020, well, that don't even exist. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah, for the most part, it seems like.
Definitely. I mean, when I first came back home, I had to kind of like develop my, popularity around the island and whatnot. Yeah. But 2019, and even though not every month I was making what I used to make at AT&T, my joy was through the roof. So it was way better. Yeah, way better.
I mentioned that because we talked about The Alchemist, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about, you actually following your personal legend.
Yeah.
So I just think that's respectable that you actually took that you had that courage to step out and not be like that one guy in the shop.
Crystal shop.
Yeah, the crystal
he
shop.
He knew that he had to stay in the crystal shop. That he could leave the crystal shop.
Yeah, but just the fact that just thinking about his dream made it more feel better than actually pursuing it, you know what I mean?
It's like the fear of failure.
Yeah.
I mean, try. That's why I encourage everybody to try. You could always fail. You could always get right back up. And you learn something from it, and then.
Hey, you only fail when you stop trying.
Exactly, and then you might learn that it's not for you. So, rather than thinking about it, wondering what if, one life to live.
Do it.
Yeah.
We highly recommend everyone read The Alchemist.
Yes.
It's a great put on, and it's probably the spiritual guidance that you've been looking for. It was for me.
And a simple read too. Simple storyline, very simple and fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Even like Gyasi Clarke did bring his guitar. I would love a live performance at the end of this.
Of course, that I was bringing.
Yeah, do you consider your music to be a form of activism?
That's a great question, because
it is.
What was funny is when I released the song, and I went back to the barbershop, and people they was talking trash in the barbershop, so he was like, let me ask you a question. I tried to find out if he was an opportunist, just try and make money off of opportunities like that.
Yeah. Off of disaster.
No, but what happened is just it was the world I was living in, and it just inspired me that much that some people just need the reminder that you could get through things.
Yeah.
And I have the ability to sing, so I just put that. I mean, really, I was talking to myself, but putting it out there to talk to everybody, like, yeah. So I'm not sure about activism per se, but for right now, I just know my realm for creating music is uplifted. So, going back to philosophy class, he taught us how to meditate, and one important thing he instilled in us is we were in a classroom meditating. It was probably about I want to say the last session we did was about 50 to 60 people in one classroom, right? And as I was meditating, it really felt like you would kind of like be able to connect with people, and you almost feel like one. So in my mind, having my eyes closed for the longest time, it felt like probably like 10 to 5 people been in the room, and then when you actually open your eyes after you get out of the meditative state, it's like, my God, there's so much of weed in here. So he made it known, like, take note of the feeling you feel once you're in this room, and as soon as you leave, how the vibe changes. So in that room was like happiness, and then when I left, it was a whole lot of other vibes. Yeah, exactly. So when you're happy, you're at peace. So that's really what I keep my heart beating.
Classes like that. Classes like that are
I know. I think
Yeah, that changed my whole
teachers like that,
world.
to be honest.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Classes like that, like you always have a cool philosophy teacher.
Definitely.
I can see that. I can see
If
that.
you want to study philosophy, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably not true overall. Hitler was probably studying philosophy.
That could have been cool.
I see it, right? No,
You could have been sick.
Yeah.
and then he thought uncool. I know. He went off.
Oh man.
Do you still meditate? Do you still practice that?
Not as much as I should.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once I do get a chance, it's really rewarding. Really rewarding.
That's a good word for it. That kind of leads me into my next question. Have you seen the Disney movie Soul?
Yes. I think you told me about it, right?
I did, dog.
I
I
did,
did.
I was like, yeah. I checked it out. You see, you told me about Soul, I check it out. I tell you about Sun, you gotta check it out. Okay. So back to Soul, right? That movie it's something about animated movies like Pixar that the message would be like way deeper than just it's crazy. It's like
Than like real people, right?
it's supposed to be a kids movie.
Right.
They'll interpret it a different way, and we'll just be watching this like
My whole life just like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
one feeling.
the inner message will be super crazy.
I'm sure you could probably relate more too, because you know you're a musician and
Yeah.
talk about musician.
Yeah, I mean the ending of it. Spoiler alert. So the ending of it, I didn't really relate to it as much because I guess he was thinking about this one goal so much, and then when he got the goal, he realized that the things he already had was giving him more joy than the failures that he was going through or whatnot. But I mean, when I got the show, I was this is lit. This is what it needs to be.
Yeah.
But dope movie nonetheless. It was, and especially African American culture.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
it was
He's did a good job.
unlike no other.
I really liked when they talked about being in the zone. And
Yes.
and how they created that whole space for people just in the zone.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, the zone is a real thing.
It is.
The
It
zone is a real thing, and you can tell when you're in it. You can tell when someone else is in it, and it's a sometimes it's like I was gonna say it's an overwhelming feeling, but it's really just like it's a very energizing thing to be in the zone. It's what fuels the heart, really.
Definitely.
Being in that zone. I was just wondering, you experience the zone a lot.
Definitely. Every time I play, I'm in the zone, and sometimes you don't really realize it until like you stop for a second, check the time. Is like, wait, that's the time? Like,
That's what the zone.
yeah.
Yo, man, that's all I could think. Like while he was playing on Tafari's wedding, I was like, yo,
This one is not
is
studying
in the
nobody
zone.
that for real.
And I just see the movie, so it was like clear to me. I saw you in the dark world,
I see it.
like with the purple just fading off your body. You was the only one there. Like, yo, this man is in the zone. And I wasn't even in the zone, but I was like, yo, watching this guy in the zone, I'm hearing this guy in the zone. It's like, it was nice, man. That being said, I think it's time for you to perform, enter the zone.
I just want to set up. You gave fun.
Well, everybody, that's a wrap for the conversation, and now Gyasi will take us away on his melodic journey.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
That triple G's.
That's what you
Triple
want. You want something like this? We'll move the chairs, make this seem more.
So yeah, big up to the upperclassmen brand. family.
Respect, bro.
This is this is an original song. I'm not sure what to name it yet. You could probably help me. I hear them talking, spreading them hateful vibes, but I'm not stopping. You can never block my rise. I got friends in coffins, I'm just trying to live life right. So I go hard from morning, every day I try to conquer life. L-I-V-E-L-I-F-E-R-I-G-H-T. I pray daily for my friends and all my family. So tell them bad mind and them haters to back off of me. Don't waste your energy, 'cause you can't break me. You can't break me. You're unworthy. Yeah, yeah, you hurt me. Never ever giving up, 'cause when times are rough, got to stand firm and tough. We're not giving up, 'cause when times are rough, in the Most High we trust. We're not giving up, 'cause when times are rough, got to stand firm and tough. We're not giving up, never ever ever giving up, never ever giving up.
Hey! Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
That was beautiful.
That was
Give thanks, give
nice.
thanks.
Oh, my name for that.